Candidates, we asked over the last week or so Michiganders to send in questions that they would like to ask you themselves. They can't be here, so we're going to be their surrogate, so to speak. Inflation is something that is very much on the mind of Michiganders. Governor, I'll begin with you. This is a question from Mason Spence. The viewer said, with high levels of inflation hurting our pocketbooks, what step would you take with state legislators to help relieve the weight of inflation for Michiganders? And I want to add to that, is this a sign from an average citizen that the Whitmer-Biden economic plan has failed?
So let's talk about inflation. We know that there is global inflation. It is not unique to Michigan. It is not unique to the United States. A governor cannot fix global inflation, but what I can do is put more money in your pockets, and that's exactly what we've done. Working in a bipartisan way with a Republican legislature, we were able to help 150,000 families get free or low-cost daycare, money in the pocket. We were able to expand opportunities to have the state pick up a third of the cost of daycare for working families. And we also have put 170,000 Michiganders on the path to tuition-free skills. That's how we keep money in the pocket. I put our fiscal house in order by paying down debt, and we've gotten our credit rating upgraded, and that's how we can eliminate the retirement tax, triple the earned income tax credit, and pause the sales tax on gas. All proposals I've made that are sitting in front of the legislature.
Mrs. Dixon, it's easy to criticize and point fingers when you're not in power. If you had been in power when all of the things that have happened over the last 4 years have happened, what decisions would you have made that would have helped change what is going on with our economy? And if elected by the people, what is your specific plan to make the economy better?
Well, I've heard several times from Gretchen Whitmer that she'll work with anyone on anything and that she's bipartisan, but she's actually vetoed quite a bit of opportunity to put money back into the pockets of the people. She vetoed a child tax credit. She vetoed 2 opportunities to reduce the income tax. She also vetoed retirement help for retirement income. So when she's had the opportunity to actually do that, she's vetoed it. In fact, even a gas tax holiday came to her and she vetoed that. But we know that part of her policy was to raise the gas tax by 45 cents per gallon. So you'd be paying $5 a gallon for gas right now. This governor has not done anything to help inflation, but I would put money back in your pockets. I would make sure we have that child tax credit. I would make sure that we reduce the income tax, and I would make sure that our seniors who are on a fixed income are not receiving more taxes than they should, and we can put more money back in their pockets.
Governor?
So listen, we'd never raised the gas tax, number one. In fact, we have cut taxes. Number 2, the bills Mrs. Dixon refers to were a gimmick. Republicans in Lansing wanted to tell you that they were cutting your taxes, but they didn't even take effect until spring of next year. I don't have time for games, and I don't think you do either. What I would like to know is how Mrs. Dixon plans to balance a budget giving $12 billion away and not shifting costs onto you. That's where I would be most concerned as we think about the cost shift onto people.
Thank you, Governor. Mrs. Dixon.
She can work with anybody, but now the bills from Republicans are a gimmick. In fact, I think she's been on the House floor twice, so maybe she should have gone and tried to negotiate so that she could actually get some of those tax cuts. And I love how she says, just so you know, we never increased the gas tax. Yes, thanks to my lieutenant governor candidate who made sure we did not increase the gas tax. But even though in 2018 she stood on the debate floor and said it was nonsense and ridiculous, the idea of her raising the gas tax to pay for roads, it was one of the first things that she tried to do when she was in office.
All right. Your question.